Frank's ground pounders on the HNW last insulated boot. I'm going to be doing a cleanup on them. Not an oiling. They just need to be cleaned up. So I'm going to just do one of the boots, show you what I'm going to do. And they're still good. They're not dry. So I'm going to take the laces off first. I think the table's hitting the tripod there. Okay. This is the 10-inch boot. And it's insulated, like I said, so it's nice and warm during the winter. And I live in Oregon, so that's a helpful deal. I'll take the kiltie and the laces out. I'm just going to brush these first with a horse-haired brush. They're not terribly bad or, you know, filthy or anything, but they just need to be cleaned up. So I thought I'd do a quick video on that. And a horse-haired brush just cleans it up really nicely. These are all rough out on the lowers and the uppers. Gusseted tongue all the way to the top. The HNW last is a moderate last, so it doesn't have a lot of arch support in it. So if you're not familiar with the HNW last, it's basically, it's almost no arch support at all. So I went with a 10.5 size on these, and they fit just right. I wear a size 11 in like a pair of Vans. The 10.5 Ds, they work just fine. My toes aren't touching. I got plenty of room to the end of the boot, and they're still, the width is perfect, and it snugs up with my foot just how I like it to be. So if you're considering the HNW last, I suggest you get a hold of whatever boot maker you're going to go with and talk to them about your specifics, but that just is what worked for me. So I'm using like a stiffer brush right now, just to get all the dirt out of that rough out area. And it kind of brings that nap back up. That's on the boot. It almost like it's brand new again. It's crazy how that works. I love rough out boots. I think they're for working and not for style. They're by far the best. I mean, they're just so abrasive resistant. They don't seem to cut as much. You know, you go and nick your boot, you're not seeing that gouge in your boot unless you really go deep. But so I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but this little brush here, rougher, stiffer brush, it really brings the rough out back to life. Just scrub that real good and get in that welt area. And now I'll use this little dentures brush to get all in the welt. Get any dirt and debris out of that welt. And now I'm just going to knock everything back off with a horse-haired brush. Here's a comparison. Next, I'm going to just clean off the kiltie. Yeah, these are looking nice. Okay. One thing I'm going to do, get a little daubler, and I got some boot dye or leather dye. I'm just going to take a little bit of sponge sandpaper block here. I'm going to rough up the edges of this midsole, and I'm going to dye that it's lost its color, which is fine if you want to go with the natural look, but I'm just going to kind of show you if you want to put in that extra effort for some boot dye, what that's going to look like. It's going to look like a brand new boot, basically. So now I got that roughed up. The boot dye will take very nicely. And here you just want to be careful. This stuff is a mess. In one of my videos, I knocked it over during the video, and it was, gosh, what a mess that was. I don't have any gloves, but that's all right. You're just going to take your dye and carefully come across your boot like this. Doesn't matter if it gets on the outsole, that'll be just fine. I'm just taking a thin layer. I'm coming across the boot like this. Hopefully that's in camera. And I'm going to get that toe area a little extra because that's where it gets scuffed up the most. And you can see it's going to need a second coat. And I have quite a bit of this on my sponge here still. So I'm going to give it a second coat. Come across again. Come around till it's the desired look you want. And so that's about how I want it to look right there. I think I'm good. So I'm going to let that dry for a bit, and I'll see you back here in a moment. All right, I'm back. So upon further inspection of my laces, I'm going to just oil them up along with the kilties. Those are a bit dry. The boot's fine. The laces definitely need a little love, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that boot oil. I'm using Obanoff's. I'm going to rub those laces in my hands, saturate them. Let those sit for a sec. Just a little bit of oil on that kiltie. Just like that. Doesn't need a lot. And then I'm just going to hit where I did the stain or the dye. I'm going to hit that with just a little bit of oil. Not a lot, just a thin layer. Kind of seal in that dye a little bit there. Yeah, just like that. There you have it. Laces are good. I don't think anybody needs to watch me put laces and a kiltie back in a boot. But that's what she looks like after it's all done. We'll just wipe the residual off. There we go. Just turned out beautiful. It's like a brand new boot. I mean, the difference is pretty significant when you just do a little bit of maintenance on them. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more content like this. I do appreciate you guys subscribing. The channel is growing pretty quickly now, and we'll see you on the next video.